Today, I'm going to show you how to create the extremely rare Demiguise hair. Demiguise hair can be spun into invisibility cloaks and used in invisibility potions. This is inspired by fantastic beasts and where to find them. Okay, so to create our Demiguise hair, we will need one glass bottle, and I chose a more cylindrical bottle than something curvy. Some craft fur. You could find this at your local craft store for a couple dollars. It's usually by the Kids Crafts. I will also put a link in the description down below. Some sandpaper, a cooking skewer, some scissors, a hot glue gun, some jute twine, and our label printed on sticker paper, and the link for the label is in the description down below. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our glass bottle and our sandpaper, and we are just going to rough the bottle up so that it has more of an aged look to it. And as you can see, we get a roughed up, scratched, aged look on our glass. Okay, so now that we've aged our glass, we're going to go ahead and take our fur, and we're going to figure out where we want to cut it so that we can fix it into the inside of our jar. So we're just going to take our fur and kind of measure. I don't want the fur to sit all the way on the bottom. I want you to kind of be able to see the rough edges down here. So we want to kind of measure so that when we glue it to the cork, it'll kind of be suspended a little bit and not just laying on the bottom. So I think if I cut it about where my thumb is, that should be about right. And if you'll notice, I have the folded section here because I want my fur to be double-sided so that no matter where you look, you're seeing fur and not the faux backing paper. And then we are just going to cut straight down. And we are left with our Demiguise hair. Okay, so now we're going to take our fur and just open it up to the backing, and we're going to take our hot glue gun and we are just going to adhere the two sides together. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We are literally just gluing the two sides together so that it makes one cohesive piece of fur. Then I'm going to also put some glue down here on the edge so that we can fold some of the hair over to hide our edge over here. Okay, and now that we have our fur glued together, we're going to go ahead and take our cork, and we're going to put a little bit of glue up here. And we are going to glue our fur to the underside of the cork. Once we have our hair glued to the top of our cork, we're going to go ahead and put it inside of our jar. Now, our Demiguise hair would have been naturally gathered from a Demiguise just by a good brushing to get some of their extra shedding. The reason that Demiguise fur would be so rare is because it's really hard to find a Demiguise since they are invisible, or can become visible, I should say. So this is where the cooking skewer comes in handy, just to help direct the hairs into the jar so that you don't get any that are bent up or going the wrong direction. And it helps if you kind of swivel a little bit when you put it in too. And then just make sure your cork is nice and flat. And we have our Demiguise hair in the jar. Okay, so once we get our hair in there with the cork, we're going to go ahead and take our label printed on sticker paper. And again, there's the link in the description down below of the file to print for this. And we're just going to peel the backing paper off. So once we have the label on, and we can see our Demiguise hair, we're going to cover up the top up here with some jute twine so that you can't see any of the lingering glue on the top of our cork. Okay, so to get the jute twine on, we're just going to rotate this to the back, and we're going to take our twine, and we are just going to create a U. And then we're going to take the string and go around the top of our bottle, making sure to capture that U that we created. And I just want a couple wraps around. Then we're going to take our end and push it through the loop. And holding the top of the loop and the bottom of the loop, we're just going to pull. It's going to tighten up all of our slack in any of the lines. And once we get that tight, then we will hold this and pull on just the bottom. To help pull that knot below so that we can just cut the strings flush. Since we want this to look kind of aged, I'm also going to burn some of the jute roping. So I'm just going to take a lighter, and you're just going to kind of run it along the edge of your jute twine, and it's going to singe off some of those little extra hangy hairs, and it adds a nice brown burnt quality to your strings that kind of help it feel a little bit more aged. And you can do this as much or as little as you'd like. Okay, well there you have it, Demiguise hair. This was inspired by Dougal from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and it'll be a great addition to our potion prop collection we've been making along the way. If you like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.